Hi, welcome all to the third of the free tapping video courses, the crash courses in feeling good about yourself. So remember, you need to take full responsibility for your own emotions and well-being throughout the tapping. And if you find yourself burping, yawning, crying, getting the giggles or shaking, that's a sign that you're releasing something, and that's good. So don't hold it back, just let it out. You will be able to download the script from this as a PDF that you can print out, and you can also download the recording as an MP3. And I am assuming that you have watched the quick how to tap video, and that you are ready with a glass of water, a pen and paper, that you've switched off all your devices and set some time aside. This one might be a little bit longer. It's a big subject. Bullying is a biggie. Young Minds did a poll very recently, January 2014, and almost half of children report that they have been bullied. And bullying can take many forms. It can be, from teasing and spreading rumours to physically pushing someone around. It often happens in front of other people, name calling, excluding people, threatening them. And why are people bullied? I think there are all sorts of reasons. Reasons on the surface, race, religion, appearance, sexual orientation, disability. People are bullied for being black, white, fat, clever, gay, or red-haired. And sometimes they are picked on for no reason whatsoever. And of course, cyberbullying is increasingly common, and that will always involve, the use of mobile phones and the internet, sending offensive text messages, emails, degrading images on the internet, etc., etc. And bullying makes the lives of its victims miserable. It undermines your confidence, and it destroys your sense of security. It's a biggie, all right. And it's also very specific to the individual set of circumstances. So it's hard to make a kind of general EFT video about. But I do believe that there are some really common issues about bullying that we can tap on together today. I don't know if you know the old children's rhyme, "Sticks and stones may hurt my bones, but names will never hurt me." I personally think that is a complete load of rubbish that trivialises something that can be deeply hurtful, because name calling definitely hurts. In my opinion, a broken limb heals quicker than the effects of name calling. And the first stage of bullying is often name calling. And if the name calling works and hurts, the person it's aimed at immediately becomes a victim and is wounded. And then chances are that the bullying will get worse and escalate, and sometimes frighteningly fast. So it seems to me that people are bullied for a perceived weakness, and that there's often safety from bullying in numbers. Do you think that ginger would be a derogatory term if the majority of people were red-haired? Do you think fatty is a term of abuse on those specific islands where 80 to 90% of the population are overweight? So, often a bully will make themselves feel better by making someone else feel worse. And to do that, they look for what they perceive as a weakness in someone else. So appearance is a common area for abuse. Any slight deviance from the norm can be the subject of bullying, but only if the arrow of abuse can find a target. If you called me fatty, that would only be a problem to me if I couldn't accept my own size. If I was red-haired and you called me ginger, that could only upset me if I thought there was something wrong with having red hair. If you called me stupid, that could only upset me if I thought it was wrong to be stupid. So let me explain. The real life fact is that I have got a degree in neurolinguistics and a first. And so by rights, that makes me very, very clever. But actually, I'm also incredibly stupid. I do really stupid things on a regular, if not daily basis. Just ask my kids. Stupid things like leaving my dog tied up outside Waitrose and going home, or locking myself out of the house, or saying what I don't mean to someone I love. But I know I do all those stupid things. And so anyone calling me stupid, it wouldn't upset me. I would just be, how stupid am I to leave the dog outside Waitrose? And other times I can be really clever. Big deal. My best friend at school was a redhead, and I loved her hair. It was long and healthy and shiny and a stunning colour. No one ever called her Ginger because she loved her hair and its colour. And if someone had called her Ginger, it would have just been considered praise. So if we can tap on name calling as soon as it happens, then I think we can prevent the bullying from escalating. So let's do some tapping right now. You have closed your door, you've got time and space, we've said all that. So let's start with putting both your feet on the ground and get yourself comfortable and take a couple of deep, clearing breaths. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And maybe shrug your shoulders up tight and release them down. And breathing in again and out again. Okay, now I want you to imagine that you can hear your tormentors, calling you names, those names that you hate being called. And you need to really bring that up, bring the feeling up in your body. I'm not doing that to upset you, but the bigger you can make the intensity that you feel right now, even though it's not happening right now, the more you'll clear when we do the tapping. So let me see if I can help you with that by saying some horrible names. Sket, whore, tramp, troll, scab, skanky, slut, ginge, firehead, frigid, specky, spastic, retard, bellend, spam, douchebag, dirbrain, dingbat, fathead, Jew-nose, helmet, pizza face, face for the radio. See your tormentor there in front of you with the silent gang of onlookers calling you those names. How upset does it make you feel? 0 to 10. Make a note of the number and feel where in your body you feel the upset of being called that name, those names. Is it in your chest, your head, your heart, your stomach? Where are you feeling it and what does it feel like? Does the feeling have a shape, a colour, hard, soft, heavy, light, diffuse, in focus? Make a note of it. Okay, so let's go for it. Let's tap on being called those names. So go to the karate chop point. When I say that name or those names, I want you to talk over me and use the word that triggers you, the actual names that you've experienced being called. I want you to say them out loud and with emphasis. And also when it comes to the body, the feeling in your body and where it is in your body, I will say, I feel it in my, and then you fill in the blank, I feel it in my stomach, or I feel it in my heart or in my head, or I might just say I feel it in my body, and you know where you mean. Okay, so let's go. So even though I hate it when they call me that name, I try to accept myself anyway. And you're tapping on the karate chop point, yeah? Even though I hate so-and-so, him, her, them, for calling me names and making me feel so upset and alone and frightened. I am still me, and I try to love and accept myself as I am. Okay, we'll do a third one on the karate chop point. Even though I feel it in my body when I hear them call me, and I feel so alone and so powerless and helpless. I try to love and accept myself just as I am anyway. Okay, so go to the inside of the eyebrow. Those names outside of the eyebrow, calling me that name under the eye. It really hurts my feelings under the nose, and I feel it and it feels like on the chin, those horrible names on the collarbone. Why do they do that? Stay on the collarbone. Do they hate me? On the collarbone. Why do they hate me? Under the arm. Those names, they taunt me and call out, oi! And I feel it in my body and I want to cry. Top of the head. That feeling in my body when they call me inside of the eye. That name outside of the eye. I feel that in my body under the arm. Maybe they're right. What if they're right? Under the nose. What if I am? Does that make me really bad? On the chin. That feeling in my body, that sensation on the collarbone. I will never be accepted again because of this. Under the arm. I will be hated and excluded always. Top of the head, feeling so upset. Inside of the eyebrow. Feeling totally powerless. Outside of the eye. I don't want to show them how upset I am. Under the eye. I mustn't cry. Under the nose. Don't cry. On the chin. Whatever you do, don't cry. On the collarbone. I feel so rubbish, so alone, so helpless. Under the arm. And I spend all my time worrying about it. Top of the head. And my body feels... Okay, so take a deep breath in through your nose now. And out through your mouth again. And repeat. In through your nose and out through your mouth. So just tune back into what it feels like in your body when you imagine them calling you that name. Has that feeling changed? Is it like, yeah, they called me that. Actually, that tells me more about them than it does about me. Has it moved somewhere else in your body? Has your reaction changed? So if your intensity has gone up or has stayed the same, then you need to rewind and do the tapping again and make sure you really spell out where and how it feels in your body. You know, be really specific with the actual names, and it's perfectly okay to go off-piste and solo and add your own words and phrases that you feel fit. Now, this is heavy stuff. Bullying is heavy stuff, and you're doing a great job. I just want to acknowledge that you're doing a great job here, because this is not easy work. This is hard work. I just want to introduce the possibility of lightening the load a little bit here. So I'm going to assume that you have got a little bit of emotional freedom from that name calling now for doing that first round of tapping. So we're going to go back to the karate chop point, and you're going to repeat after me again. And again, fill in the blanks with your specific words. So let's go to the karate chop point. Even though I am still upset about being called, who wouldn't be? And I still feel it in my body. It now feels, whatever it feels, in my, whichever part of your body you feel, so it still feels heavy in my stomach. I do respect myself for doing this tapping and trying to get a grip. And I am also feeling a bit angry with them for doing it. Even though it still upsets me to even think about that name, I'm proud that I'm dealing with it. And I can feel some anger stirring somewhere. How dare they? Who do they think they are? Even though it still hurts to be called, I don't even know what they mean. Or what I'm supposed to have done to be called that. And I really do accept all of me. Even the part they call. I'm not so sure I am that. So I just accept that I'm confused about why they would call me that. So to the eyebrow point, the inside of the eyebrow, this remaining feeling in my body, outside of the eye, I can still feel it. Under the eye, being called by, under the nose, I am not at all sure why they would call me that. On the chin, I don't know that I've done anything to deserve being called. On the collarbone, this remaining feeling in my body, under the arm, perhaps there's nothing wrong with me. Top of the head, perhaps I haven't done anything wrong. Stay on the top of the head. Perhaps I am okay. Inside of the eye, more than okay. Outside of the eye. What if them calling me that name says more about them than about me? Under the eye. What if it makes them bad people, not me? Under the nose. I refuse to feel bad about their choice of name for me. It doesn't even make sense. On the chin. It's just some weird power game and I refuse to play. On the collarbone. I refuse to let it affect me. Under the arm. It really doesn't matter what you think of me or call me. That's your business. Top of the head. What I think of me is my business, and I happen to think I'm pretty cool. Inside of the eyebrow. I am at least okay, and I'm certainly as good as everybody else. Outside of the eye. Yes, I might be that name, but so what? It's just who I am, and I accept myself even with that thing. Under the eye. This remaining panic in me about being called. Under the nose. I'm letting it go now. On the chin. This remaining feeling in my body when I'm called that name. On the collarbone. I am letting it drop away right now. Under the arm. I choose to love and accept myself, warts and all. Top of the head. I choose to love and accept all of me, even my imperfections and mistakes. Stay at the top of the head. I admit I'm human. Whole and broken, both at the same time. Stay on the top of the head. And I choose to feel strong and accepting of my own weaknesses right now. Okay, so take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. So I really hope you feel better now and that this tapping has given you some strength and acceptance. Remember, if you accept all of yourself, then you cannot become a target for bullying. So tune in to how your body feels when you hear them call your name. Call you that name. And if there's still a charge in your body, then chase that feeling with more tapping. Either download the script, rewind the video, do some more tapping. Obviously, as I already said, it's impossible to be specific when you do a general tapping for lots and lots of people like this. But I don't want you to underestimate your results. If you can reduce your number of intensity from, say, a 9 out of 10 to 7 out of 10 when you hear that name, that will make a really tangible difference in the way you react when you're met by that kind of bullying next time. You will be able to remain calm, relaxed, and seemingly indifferent, which is what will make the bullying stop, and it will prevent it escalating. And if you tap your number down even further, you might even be able to turn around to your persecutor, tormentor, and say, "Oh, I wonder why you feel the need to do me down." Good luck with that. I'm Inga, peaceofmindforall.co.uk.